I honestly feel like last night was a dream. I feel like there's no way that the Sixers came out on Game 5 and performed like that. But sadly, I know reality. That actually happened. I thought I woke up and I was like, whew, thank God that wasn't real. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. But I heard a good point. You lose by 1 point, you lose by 30 points, you lose by 50 points, you lose by 70 points. You lose the basketball game, and the series is 3-2. That's the moral of the story. How many times in this series has the score differential been completely different? From Game 1 to Game 2. Well, we got waxed in Game 1, but we won in Game 2. We dominated them in Game 3. Game 4 was close. We got blown out in Game 5. Is there a correlation? Now, I will say this. This one does seem like such an ass whooping that it hurts way more than just a 3-point loss. But I'm going in with blind fandom optimism. Blind fan optimism going into Game 6. We're at home. There's no way that we could play the same way that we did at Game 5. Right? Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. I can't get Ben Simmons out of my mind. The guy is just useless off the ball. For everyone who says that he can't play point guard, he shouldn't play point guard, he's a power forward. No, he's not. You take the ball out of this kid's hands, and he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He doesn't know where to be. He doesn't know how to move. He clogs the middle because he can't stretch the floor because they know he's not going to shoot a three-pointer. You can't play power forward in this league and not shoot. You have a better chance of lasting as a point guard. You really do. Than a 4. And that makes me think that Brett Brown, as a game plan decision, is going to have to put the ball in Ben's hands more. We tried to rock and roll with Jimmy Butler as primary ball handler more than we ever have. I don't know if that's going to work because that just, it screws up everything with Ben Simmons. You might just have to be forced to use Ben as the point guard because that is better than what we saw yesterday in the 4 position. I've never seen someone so afraid in my life of the basket. And it seems like I'm just going to destroy Ben Simmons, but I just don't get it. It doesn't process in my mind how he can be so afraid of the basket. How? Once again, I don't scream trade Ben. I don't scream it. All I said yesterday was, this was the first time I said, is he really going to work? Is he really going to work? Realistically, I got one more year in him. If he doesn't show me anything, then it's not going to work. Why Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler have this connection, and Jimmy Butler's always saying, we need Joel, we need the big guy. How many times have we seen Jimmy Butler try to be the guy in the playoffs? How many times? Has it worked? How far has he gone? He knows that he needs Joel Embiid. He knows he needs him. And to have the 33-point performance, that's why this whole flu thing, sickness, virus, whatever the hell it is, just doesn't make sense. Just one day it wasn't there and you dropped 33. The game before was there and the game after it's there. What the hell is going on? It's obvious that he's not himself. But dude, it's either you go out there and you ball or you can't go. And we got to live with Greg Monroe, Amir Johnson, or whatever the case may be. Because 8 turnovers ain't cutting it. And he heard what everyone was saying about his body language, because in the post-game interviews, he was talking to the media and saying, I got to put a smile on my face, my body language, it goes far, my teammates feed off that, I need to put a smile on and play. So he heard the critics. As for Ben Simmons, I don't know if he's delusional or not. He didn't say once, I gotta play better. He never mention his own play. 5 shots, 5 turnovers. When you know your big man doesn't have it, step up. Step up. And he didn't step up. It is the most frustrating player I've watched because it just actually doesn't make sense. Think about it. Is there another guy in this league like Ben Simmons who just is unwilling to shoot a basketball? And I'm not trying to make it go this way. I'm really not. Because it's not about shooting a basketball. It's about playing to his strengths. He doesn't play to his strengths. He's not doing what he does best. Go to the rim. Attack the rim. Make him foul you. Go hard. He's not doing that. That's the issue. But in regards to the shooting thing, most players shoot too much. You got to yell at them to stop shooting. But now it's the complete opposite. And he just doesn't have the mentality. I don't know. I hope something happens in Philadelphia in Game 6. If we see a Ben Simmons, a missing layup Ben Simmons, not attacking Ben Simmons, you thought the Brooklyn Nets boos were bad? You have another thing coming. It's going to be that times 500. And deservingly so. Just as an effort standpoint from everyone if we get that. If we get the same type of effort in Game 6. I can't imagine it, though, right? I just can't imagine it going into Game 6 at home with your backs against the wall. We need better play from everyone. Listen, the Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris isolation all game long, that's not going to work. Now, they're shutting down J.J. Redick, which causes a problem, but that has to do with Jimmy Butler being primary ball handler. We might have to go back to the dribble handoffs and Ben Simmons, and I think we need to go back to Ben Simmons being primary ball handler more because the Jimmy Butler thing isn't working because Ben Simmons is such a non-factor. Everyone keeps criticizing Brett Brown because, well, the offense looks like crap. The offense actually looks like crap because of Ben Simmons. Because of Ben Simmons. Because he can't have the ball, Jimmy Butler needs to have the ball. And that's easier to defend with the isolation game when Ben Simmons can't do anything but just stand there and not move. You're limited. You're limited. And you can't take him off. You can't take him off. Because you have no one else to step up. When we won Game 2 and Game 3, who played well? We actually said James Ennis did well, and we said Greg Monroe played well, and we said that our bench was outcompeting their bench. Now, James Ennis hasn't been horrible, but Greg Monroe went from wow to, okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. This makes sense on why he wasn't picked up from anybody. No wonder why we picked him up off the waiver wire. And that's been a problem. Because with how bad Joel Embiid has been, we replace him to go to the bench, and he might be even worse than what Embiid was. I don't know, actually. I can't go as far as that. I can't go that far, right? Right there should describe how I'm feeling right now. When it was 2-1 Sixers and we dominated 2 games in a row, it looked like it was all Sixers and the Raptors had no answers. So I sit here and I say, you know what, maybe it can go the other way here in Game 6. Win Game 6 and then it just comes down to who the hell shows up in 7. But win Game 6, you're on your home floor, win Game 6. I'm going in with blind fan optimism. No reason for it other than momentum clearly hasn't been that big of a thing in this series. Take a look at it. Blowout, close. Blowout, close. Blowout. Well, what does that mean for this game? Close? If it follows the pattern. There's no doubt that this double-team Kawhi thing, I don't think worked out as planned. Now, our defense wasn't helping out to close out after we double-teamed, but their players stepped up. This is why they had a full team game. Because we tried to make Kawhi not be the guy. But then they had wide open players and they were actually nailing their shots. Especially their three-pointers at a decent clip. Backs against the wall, heading into Game 6. I'm still baffled from last night. This is like a combination video of Ben, what the hell? Joel, what the hell? What the hell all around? And yeah, I think we can win Game 6. That's what I want you to get out of this. I'm so baffled. I'm so confused. What did I have to watch last night? But hey, why can't we win a home game? Call me crazy, but that's where I'm at. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.